Hello. I am not a curriculum snob, curriculum hoarder, anything along those lines. As a second generation homeschooler, I know the importance of curriculum, but I also know that curriculum isn't everything. It really isn't. It is one tool in this vast sea of learning. Just realized my candlestick was in the picture. With that being said, let's go over some homeschool curriculum, language arts edition, that we, as in myself and my children, also really enjoyed. These are for various levels, while we will try to go from youngest to oldest. And these are curricula that we used in the years past. We are on our 11th year homeschooling now, and because I was homeschooled and homeschooled my own 5 kids, I have 24 years of homeschool experience. So come along for the ride. Okay, now that I got everything organized, let's start with the younger grades, which I only have 2, LIFEPAC and Horizons. Sorry I keep hitting the table so hard. LIFEPAC, these are both by AOP, which I love. We started using AOP 3 years ago, and I started with their phonics and reading for 3rd grade, and it was fantastic. I cannot recommend that enough because it changed so many things for us. So, reading and phonics, this is 2nd grade, and we haven't even opened this book. We technically finished our school year already, but we never even got through this because I did a lot of extra writing and journaling with my kids because I feel like that's so important. You don't need flashcards with words or sight words. You don't need structured writing. You literally need to sit down together and journal. Help your child think about their day, whether it be yesterday or what they plan to do or something along those lines. Just sit down and help them with that, and it will make such a difference. Within probably 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, depending on your child, 4 to 6 weeks, your child's handwriting, storytelling, thought process will improve tremendously. I don't know the statistics, but I know from personal experience, it's really quickly and it's beautiful. But if you want a curriculum, this is one of the best phonics and reading curriculums by far. I love this. I love that the lessons are front and back page, 1 lesson a day, 2 lessons a day, and it's colorful. Some of the pictures, when it shows pictures, which, okay, here we go. Sometimes, I don't think there's any on here. Sometimes there's pictures that my kids are like, what is this item? I have no idea what I'm looking for. And then sometimes there's pictures like this because you know what everything is, like even a ballot to vote. They're like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, oh, I can easily explain that. There's been a few pictures where I'm like, I don't even know what the heck they're showing here. Like, I don't understand what it's supposed to be. Like, one picture was for grace, and I'm like, how are we supposed to know that's for grace? Because it wasn't explained well. Actually, no, it was explained well. I just didn't understand, and my child didn't understand that that was supposed to be grace or mercy or whatever, some type of emotion, and I had no clue. There was also like a tool, a ratchet or something that was really funky, and we had no clue what it was. So praise the Lord for the teacher's guide that gives you all of the answers. Which I didn't bring it over here, every lesson and the answer page, or our answers are on 1 page. So you can teach the lesson and you see the answer, so you can easily help your child. Those 2 times, maybe it was 3 times, I attempted to teach without the manual in hand, which is fine, but I benefited more from having the manual. So Horizons, phonics, and reading. If you need phonics, that is the way to go. Also, Hooked on Phonics, okay? Get on eBay, get you the old school stuff, get you the cassettes and the workbooks. Go buy you a cassette player, Amazon, they're like 12 bucks. Do those, or better yet, buy the DVDs or VHSs, because you can't beat Hooked on Phonics. It has been around because it's tried and true. It works and it is fantastic. But I did not necessarily like the new version of Hooked on Phonics, the app, and then the monthly subscription for The workbooks they send you in the mail, I didn't like that at all. That was not, I did not like that. So I say old school style. Next is the LIFEPAC. Now this was for 2nd grade, and I think this one is for 1st grade. I like LIFEPAC because it's units. You get 10 units plus the workbook. It's very well structured. There's self-tests for your kids to do on their own. You 100% need the teacher's guide for this. You do, because you will need the answers, even for 1st grade. And I love language arts, but the teacher's manuals just are so wonderful. So you need the teacher's manuals with any of these, or I think they call them teacher's guides, but LIFEPAC, a complete language arts program. The one question I get is, oh, what about writing? Is there enough writing? Again, I'm gonna say, journal with your child. Teach your child how to journal, how to write their thoughts. You don't need a writing curriculum specifically for writing, unless your child loves writing, because I have a child who loves language arts, who loves to write. She's a novelist. Actually, we just got home from our trip, being gone for 5 days. To relax, she went to her room and started her 9th grade LIFEPAC for this next school year. She's like, can I start? I was like, yeah. That was her downtime doing language arts. And I'm like, okay. We love LIFEPAC. Moving on, that was 1st and 2nd grade. Here I have some 4th grade, I think. This is not necessarily curriculum, but workbooks that we loved that you should definitely utilize. Writing for Minecrafters. If you have a child who enjoys Minecraft, you should get them this book. It's so fun. There's a lot of things that we didn't do in here. We did not finish it because we used it, I don't know what my child's doing. We used it for the vehicle. Anytime we're in the vehicle, we're like, grab the Minecraft writing book. I got it on Amazon, I have it linked. It's so fun for kids who love Minecraft and love video games. This is really cool, and my son loved it, and I have a 3rd grade level for my daughter as well. She also loved it. Definitely recommend this one, and it was like 10 to 15 bucks. And there's a lot of pages, 62 pages, but and the answers in the back, but it had a lot of writing and a lot of meat in it, if that makes sense. So I recommend this one. Also, 101 Stories Starters for Kids. This one is also fun. So they have, I don't know how to show you. They have different sections. So they tell you how to use the book. Then they have realistic fiction, humor, historical fiction, mystery, fantasy, horror, and science fiction. So one of the first ones my son did, it starts off with a sentence. And this one says, Sophia couldn't believe it. Her new YouTube video had over 500 views. Someone even left a comment. She was going to be famous. That's how I read it to my kids. And then they get to finish the story, which they love. They give you that snippet of inspiration, and then your child gets to finish this. I highly recommend something like this if you're wanting more writing, but your child needs inspiration. This was not, I think this was $8. It says it's for 3rd to 7th grade. Maybe it wasn't $8, maybe it was $15. Let's just say $15 because I don't even know. But it was very reasonable. And I bought it at the same time as the Minecraft books. No, I didn't. I did not. That was a lie. I bought them at different times. But this one, I also have it linked in Amazon because I love it. This one is the student's confidence will soar with these engaging spelling activities that include the study of short vowels, consonant digraphs and blends, silent and soft letters, vowels, ambiguous vowels, R-controlled vowels, and final syllables. If your child is older and they still need some phonics skills, this book was awesome. Now it says spelling and word study, and to that, yes, it is a spelling and word study. Do I make my kids memorize how to spell words? No, that's what phonics is for. Phonics is going to teach them that. Are there rules to the English language? Absolutely. And those rules can be broken. And that is something they will learn with time. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm still learning it. But this book was fun, is fun. Did he do it all? No. This again was another book when I'm like, wow, we need to sit down and take a week and do some extra practice. So that's what we did. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. Did he like it? Not really, just because language arts is not his thing, but we did it, and I do recommend it because it's easy. It's something you could take on the go. That's not a full curriculum. You just do one page front and back. This one was great. Moving on. I don't know why I stuck some science in here, but I did. God's design, and then these little parks and wildlife, national parks of the U.S. So fun. These are very, very fun for elementary. Okay. Easy grammar. And this one too. If you have yet to use easy grammar, let me just tell you, 1, it is easy, front and back page, that's it. 2, it has very good substance for grammar practice. If your child needs extra grammar, this is what you want to get. This one, actually both of these I bought on Thrift Books. Both of them were used, so this one has quite a few pages already done. I actually have it marked where it's not done. There is some stuff they were missing, but that's okay. I'm gonna get some more whiteout and just white out the pages. I thought about putting like tape over it. I don't know. Maybe we'll just start where they stopped, but for under $20, $40 for a used book, I think it was like $8, honestly. I'm gonna get it, okay? Because I know it works. And my son, who will be in 5th grade this year, needs the extra grammar practice. I'm actually going to make him finish some of this as well. And we taken that Minecraft book in the vehicle with us because we leave the house at least 3 days a week. He's gonna be doing it. Language arts is like our huge focus for this year for him because I don't think he's behind, but I think he needs more practice. If that makes sense to you, let me know. We bought 8th grade. I bought this one used and didn't realize at the time that because it says, where does it say it? Teacher's edition. I did not realize the teacher's edition and the workbook are the same thing. Only the teacher's edition has the answer keys. The workbook does not. So if you want to buy like the answer book to go along with this, you have to buy the teacher's edition, and then it's like buying the same book again with the answers. Don't know, like that doesn't make sense to me why they would do that. It seems like a waste. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't like that at all. Do you want your children to have easy access to the answers? No, but if you're there, they're not going to look at the answers. Why would they? Anyways, if you want some extra grammar practice, you need easy grammar. It is literally easy and simple. Like I said, 1 page a day, front and back, and it focuses on grammar. It gives them questions, and it goes through, let's see. Oh no, it's just 1 page, not even front and back. Wait. Yeah, not even front and back, just 1 front page of the day. Was this one the same way? I don't remember that. Oh yeah, this is the same thing. 1 page. So it's not even sitting down for another 30 minutes to an hour to do more language arts. It's doing 1 page. And then us, the parent / teacher, going over it and saying, you got this wrong. You didn't capitalize here. Let's redo it. You know, practice, repetition. That's the only way they're going to learn. These, awesome. Okay, another one we did was learning language arts through literature. I liked this one. My kids did not like it so much. First of all, I can't remember what grade level this is for. Give me a second, let me see. Okay, this was the TAN book, so it's 6th grade skill level. This is by Common Sense Press. Now, when I was looking at I bought them from their website. They were having like a curriculum sale in August one year or spring, I don't know. And I bought their curriculum. But what I did not realize when I bought it, and I don't know if it's just because I didn't read the fine detail, but I thought I did. I did not realize that they needed all of these different books. Now, why I didn't realize that, I don't know. It's literally learning language arts through literature, so I should have thought about that. There are so many good books. They do a book study. They do Little House, Big Woods, the story of A Bad Day, Prince Caspian, Ivanhoe, King of the Wind, Swiss Family Robinson, The Wheel on the School. What else do they do? Kidnapped, Robinson Crusoe, Wind in the Willows. I love that one. Katie Woodlawn, The Gettysburg Address, Where the Red Fern Grows, Big Red, The House at Pooh Corner, Anne of Green Gables, The Crow in the Pitcher, Little Women. They do so many books in just this 1 year. I did not realize that. So as we were going through, I thought there were things like that confused me, and I'm like, I don't understand this. And they're like, I don't either. That's because you got to be reading the books. So don't make the same mistake I did. The lesson is, let's see, lesson 1 will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 pages, front and back. I counted front and back. Then you have notes. You can do it for a week. You can do it for 2 weeks. You can do it however long you want. You can take your time with this. And then it's going to ask them questions. Like this starts with The Taming of the Shrew. So they're going to read that book together, 6th grade. There's a lot of big books to read. And if your child is not a big reader, they're going to need that one-on-one time to read the book together, or you read to them, or listen to the audiobook together, whatever it may be, so that you can get through these lessons. It was great. I liked it. The teacher's manual was so good and so thorough. There are a few things in here that are very old. Writing a letter to like the state capital for like information and different things like that. And I'm like, you know, that's nice. We can do that. And we did, but we never got anything back because we live in a modern world. So writing letters to our state capital and senators, that doesn't work like it used to. You know, you need to do like emails and tweets, I guess. I don't know. So there are some things in here that I would highly recommend that they upgrade for the modern world, and maybe they just don't realize it and didn't realize it needed an upgrade. Just a few things. Other than that, so much substance. If this is your vibe, if reading literature is the way that you love to homeschool, this one is fantastic, and I cannot recommend it enough. If that's the way you like to go. We love literature, but I don't force my kids to read classic books. I want my kids to read what they're interested in. So with that being said, there were a lot of books in here that they struggled getting through. But that's okay. Every kid's different. Fix-It Grammar. Fix-It Grammar was also a really, really good one. This is the teacher's guide, but you go through the story, you fix the mistakes. This was the Robin Hood level 3, so it was for like 7th, 8th grade, I think. I should have gotten, I think it was 7th grade. I should have gotten a higher grade level for my daughter. It was again for my daughter who loves language arts, so she flew through it. We started in July and she finished in April, like the beginning of April. She wanted to finish it sooner, but I made her take breaks. Should I? No, this year I ain't. I am not gonna make them take breaks. If they wanna keep going with a subject, they can keep going. Successfully learn grammar in only 15 minutes a day. That's what they say. Yes, 15 minutes, 10 max, okay? Super, super easy. We liked it. It's just easy, and it's an extra bit of grammar for your child. Another one we did, Essentials in Writing. We did this program. We had the video lessons to go with it. They say our goal at Essentials in Writing is to encourage students to be confident in formal and informal writing. Many students struggle with writing and often despise it. My goal is to help those who struggle in writing to be confident in their writing ability and be proud of their compositions. Equally, my goal for accomplished writers is to challenge them and teach them ways to improve their writing ability. My child who loves writing loved this program. I thought about doing it again for her, but there's another program she also loved that I also thought about doing I don't know. Like, I think she could probably do college level writing. Honestly, college level English, she could. And I went with LIFEPAC this coming year. And like I said, she's already opened it up and started doing it. And she's like flying through it already. So she just loves to write. She gets it. It clicks. And I love that. This was a great one. Like I said, it came with the video lessons. The video lessons are short, but the writing lessons aren't necessarily short because they ask you questions. They have you like action verbs in action, and they give you a description of it. Then you have to write. Then it's telling you, gosh, it's been so long, I don't even remember. Oh, you need to modify verbs that end in the suffix ly and inform your reader about the verbs that do all these different things. So it's not just like you do have to be hands-on with this with your child. I feel like this is not an open and go. This is not a hands-off. This is a hands-on. You're going to take your time to learn how to write. And then later in the book, they're going to add, where is it? I was going to say a lot more writing, but I can't even find it now. They do add more writing, and you can do research projects. Oh, I forgot about that, which my children didn't really do. They did gathering information and organizing. Let's see, a research project. She didn't do any of the research projects. They have you gathering the information is from all kinds of different things. So that was fun. You're working your way up to write something with a lot of substance. They give you front and back to do so, which my daughter did not. But this was my daughter who does not enjoy writing. She loves reading and she loves math. She did not enjoy writing as much. This was not her favorite program, but my daughter who loved reading, loved it. The last one, I got this for middle school grade. Found it at Homeschool Convention. I got it for both my middle grade daughters, and it was fantastic. It was very hands-off for me unless we sat down to talk about it, unless I asked them questions. 180 Days to Save the World. I've done several videos on this. This was good. This is a full language arts curriculum, and by the end of it, they will be publishing their own novel through Amazon. They work with the Innovative Learning Press, which is a part of this company, and they will, like, you send them your final draft and they do all the layout, I guess, for your book, and then they teach you step by step how to publish it on KDP, Amazon. That is how we started publishing novels. So both of my middle grade girls at the time wrote a novel. They're very proud of them. They love them. But my daughter, who loves language arts, has written 3 more books since then. We have not published all of them because she's still adding final touches and all kinds of things. My daughter, who's not a language arts girl, is in the process of writing a World War III novel, but she is going very slow and taking her time, which I love. So this came with once a week video lessons, live video classes that you pay monthly for. I think it was $60 a month for the live classes. They're small, so there was like 6 students in the entire class. And you go over, this book is your guide to how you're going to structure your novel. Internal suffering, external suffering. They walk you through step by step, like a sidekick, and like they have little homework assignments basically for the kids to do during the week. So this one was about sidekicks and about the mentor and how to create a family history and talking and dialogue. It even has you a conflict worksheet, so how you're going, and they literally discuss everything and teach your child step by step in a group setting how to add these different things into your novel. But the workbook, I feel like, is important because you're going to be going through these pages. There's a lot of pages they didn't do. My girls said, and then they always have a grammar game at the end, but my girls said that they almost did not use the workbook. Looking through it, they used it about half the time. Most of it was on Google Docs because you're sending it into your teacher so they can look it over. One thing I did not like is that they partner students. So my girls, since they were sisters, they did not partner together. They partnered the students together and they become, what do they call them? They call them something in particular, but basically another student is going to edit your work. And I thought that was really cool. It is really cool, but these students are not editors. So there's a lot of things when I started reading it over, I was like, this is not proper grammar. Or, let's not say that. How about you say XYZ, because that makes it feel, like a whole or whatever it was. So if your child is a great writer, that won't be a problem. If your child is still learning and not a great writer, a critique partner, that's what they called them. I suggest you work with your child with each chapter to edit it with them so that they can have a good novel worth reading. Does that make sense? So that it's not just, oh yeah, a child wrote this novel and you can definitely tell. Not that that's a bad thing, but when you're publishing a novel and you want people to buy it, it needs to be edited properly. I don't know how the high school level is because we didn't do that, but I do know that they offer that, and they offer a graphic novel program, which my oldest daughter is like, I want to take that so bad. Both of my daughters want to take it. Actually, all of my kids want to take it, but that would be very expensive for us, and we do not get funding. And I don't think I want funding for homeschool. But yeah, so I don't know about that. We did love this program. I loved working with the people. I loved working, it was just fantastic. This is one that I cannot recommend enough. If your child needs motivation to write or loves writing, I think this program would be a huge success for them. Because at the end, like I said, they're getting a novel in hand. Now, they do have an option where you don't have to do live classes. You can do video lessons for like $20 a month. It was a lot cheaper, but the con is they cannot ask the teacher questions. Anytime they have questions, they can't ask about it. And you, the parent, have to kind of figure it out or know it. You can't be asking, you don't have that access to the teacher. They pay their teachers a living wage. I love that. So for us, it was worth the money to try for a semester to see what it was all about. And this was a good one. This was such a good one. If my daughter, who loves writing, finishes her LIFEPAC soon, then I will probably, I don't know. She wants to do this one again, but I feel like she learned so much and she's already continuing to write novels that are really good. I don't think she needs this again. We might do Essentials in Writing again. I might just look into some college English classes for her. I'm not sure yet. So anyways, there we go. There are my language arts picks as a second generation homeschooling mom. So if you have a favorite language arts that I need to try, let me know. I have a 4th grader, 5th grader, 9th grader, and 10th grader this year. Well, technically 10th grade in math, 9th grade in everything else, and then my 9th grader is in 9th grade math and language arts, and 8th grade everything else, because that is what they need. And as homeschoolers, we use the curriculum levels that work for our child so that they can understand and grasp every concept. But remember, curriculum is a tool. It's not everything. I'm not obsessed with curriculum. I want what works for my kids. I don't need to try everything out there. So don't feel pressured like you have to try everything out there too. There's always going to be a curriculum that feels better, that looks shiny and new. And if you thought that about any of this, think about what you're using now. And is it working? If your answer is yes, it's working, keep using it. There's no reason to switch. But if what you're using now, what you're doing now is not working, then it's time to switch things up. Whether it be a brand new curriculum or just sitting down and journaling and writing about your day. Or, it doesn't even have to be a journal. You could write recipes together, make up things. There are so many different ways. to help your child read and write better that do not involve curriculum. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But if you have any questions, drop them in the comments because I'm always happy to answer them. Thanks for joining me.